What is going on, my YouTube friends? Well, today we're getting ready to get the trailer ready to go 700 miles. Round trip, about 1,400 miles. So we're getting everything ready, make sure everything's secure, make sure everything's good. And just a list I go over every time I go on a trip. It's a list I go over anytime I use a trailer, really. You know, I usually do it in my head, but I put it on paper so you guys can see what we go through, what we do. Yeah, buddy. Let's get this turned around so we can get this video a rocking and a rolling. Well, the first thing, I've already been through all this stuff and I've already checked everything. And I'm just going to go over it with you, the list, so that I can show you exactly what I do, and this is it. So the first thing I always do is check the tire pressure. You want to make sure they're not dry rotted, no rot, and you want to check your spare. You want to check all 4 tires or however many tires is on your trailer. You want to check your lug nut torque, make sure everything's nice and snug. You want to inspect your safety chains. You want to inspect your trailer suspension, which I had new parts put on last year because they were like egg-shaped, oblong, whatever you want to call it. And then you want to inspect your ramps and make sure they're secure. And your emergency brake. Got to have your emergency brake. Some states, it's the law. Your brake, your turn signals, your running lights, you got to check all those too. Like I said, I've already done all this, and I'll do it again before I leave. You want to check down your tie rod, your D-rings and such, your winch and your cable, if you have one, your trailer tongue with the welds. You want to check for stress cracks and stuff like that. This is just things that you need to do. You should go over with your trailer because you want to be safe and you want to keep the people that's driving around you safe. That's the main thing. And your tie-down straps and ratchets. Well, I do have new tie-down straps and ratchets that I've never used before, but the thing of it is, I still inspect them, make sure everything's good and everything's oiled and make sure everything's good. So let's take a walk around the trailer here and I'll kind of show you what I do. So like I said, I've already been through this list and I've already done all this, but this is my spare tire. I check it, make sure that the air pressure is good in it in case I have to use it. And I make sure that there's no dry rot or cracks or anything in the rubber on the tires, and make sure that the wheels are secured and make sure it's secured to the trailer good. My 4 tires, I've already checked them, and I will go over them again one more time before I leave. Check the air pressure, dry rot, and such like that. Everything's been torqued down. Matter of fact, I had all the hubs and everything re-greased, so that should be, I'll be good. And then, like I said, the suspension, if you look right down here, some of those were oblong, you know, with the bolts going through them, so I had those replaced. New rubbers. And you want to check your tail lights and your lights and everything around your trailer, which I will do again. I mean, that's just something I want to do. And then a winch. Yes, I do have a winch. There is my winch cable. I usually keep my cable sprayed down with like WD-40, and that way they look, the cable don't get all rusty looking in that, you know, so that's what I do. And then my winch, everything's secure, everything works good, so I've already checked all that too, so I'm just going through all that. And like I said, you always want to make sure that your tires and everything is all good and have good air pressure and not dry rotted. So I always look for stress cracks and stuff in the welds, which the welds look good, everything looks good. That's my emergency brake. That's my emergency brake hookup right there. If that pulls that plug out of there, the brakes in the trailer will apply and it will, yeah, make a lot of noise. And again, like I said, I always check all my welds to make sure that there's no stress cracked or they're not cracking. And I do that all the way around the whole thing. And I also check the D-rings for my tie downs to make sure that those are good and secure. And I want to check all them too. Like I said, here's the list again. If you want to go over it for yourself so you can check out your trailer and make sure everything's okay. So that's what it says. And like I said, I've already done all this. This has already been taken care of. So My trailer is pretty much ready to go. And then the old truck. So the tires, everything, it's a new truck. Truck's only a couple months old. And I guess I got a new tongue, ball. I got all that new and I replaced all that because the other one I've had for like 15 years. So I figured it was time to replace it. So the truck's ready to tow. I got to go fill it up with gas. I got to get the trailer loaded up. And like I says, I'll go over the list again by myself before I leave. Check out the air pressure and check everything because I want it to be in good shape. And like I said, you got to check your safety chains. And like I said, I've already checked all them. You know, so anyhow, let's turn this around. Foremost, I mean, the thing about it is you want to be safe. You want to reach, you know, where you're going safe. And the people that's going to be driving around you want to make sure they're safe too. You know what I'm saying? So here's the trailer. I'll get it hooked to the truck here a little bit later on. And then we will put that on the trailer. And tomorrow morning we'll be heading to Jackson, Tennessee, baby. Oh yeah. So it's hot out here, buddy. It's hot. It's gonna be hot down Tennessee too. That's why I had to get the air conditioning going. But anyhow, you guys are awesome. Thanks for watching my videos. You guys have a great rest of your day, night, whatever time it is you watch this.